Now, next part is to find the volume of region R rotated 2 pi about the y-axis. That's pretty okay. This part here, just take note. So first thing, we need to visualize how does it work. This graph here, you realize that there's actually quite a few things moving. So I would just try and explain this part here. So when you rotate this thing, you have to visualize how it will turn out to be. Okay, the equation with respect to y. So one is actually from the perspective of y, there are two equations for the circle. So one is this from the perspective of y, you have one equation here, and you have another equation which is here. Okay, so this case here, what we need to do is actually make x a subject. Make x a subject in terms of y perspective. Alright, make x a subject. So this case here, we have x minus 3 square equals to 8 minus y minus 1 square. X equals to 3 plus minus 8 minus y minus 1 square. So this is in terms of x. You need to know very well that this over here is 3. X equals to 3 plus 8 minus y minus 1 square. Okay, and the other side here would be our x. Okay, x equals to 3 minus 8 minus y minus 1 square. It's in terms of x because now all these values here are projected using x value. Okay, so from the y perspective, there's one top curve, which is this one here, and the bottom curve, which is the one on the left. So the next part is obviously try and visualize how this, when you rotate it, how does it look like. There's actually a cone involved. So not really a cone, but this trapezium rotate about the y-axis here involved, and you need to minus off this portion here. I hope you can visualize it. But anyway, this question doesn't require us to use the exact to find the exact volume, so we don't need to use the integrals. We can just use our calculator. So let me just model this out for you. So as you could see, this part here, as you rotate about the y-axis, what we need is actually, when you rotate it, it looks something like that. Okay, not something exactly like that. So it's like here. So you can see it's a donut shape below, which is quite interesting. Actually, it's a whole donut shape here. And after which you have a cone, sort of like a cone cut through in the middle, right? So that is how you visualize this part here. But the problem is that you should know that, hold on, let me just put in an X-ray view. So you should know that actually what we need is minus off this bottom portion here. We take this volume here, right, which is this whole thing here, minus this bottom portion, and minus of this trapezium looking thing in the middle. So let me try and draw it out for you. It should look something like that. The required volume would be this shape here, so something like that. Okay, minus off the top part, which is actually the sort of like the, okay, it's a straight line, sorry. So this is like that. Minus off the bottom, which is here. Okay, so this is what you need to minus off. So the thing about this is the whole thing, which is this side here. You can see this whole thing here. So this whole thing here, you will follow this equation here. So this equation is actually the plus side. Okay, and you need to know what is the y-axis here. So let's see what we can find out. So this part here, we need this y value, and we need this bottom value as well. The bottom value here is pretty okay because we already have x equals to 3. So to find a y shouldn't be too bad. So x equals to 3. When x equals to 3, the bottom y value would be, so let me just write it down. X is 3. That will be y minus 1 square will be 8. So this is y minus 1 equals to square root 8 plus minus, and y equals to 1 plus minus 8. Okay, so it doesn't take long for you to know that this is actually 1 minus root 8. This is 1 plus 8. You can simplify it, but it doesn't really 1 plus root 8. Okay, then of course you need this point here as well. So this point here you can find by just substituting both of the sub it in. So I'm just going to quickly sub it in and see what is the value here. So in sub y y equals to x minus 2 into the equation of circle, and this would be x minus 3 square plus x minus 3 square equals to 8. This will be x minus 3 square 2 equals to 8. Okay, there you go. So I think it'll be quite straightforward. So x minus 3 square equals to 4, x equals to 3 plus minus 2, x equals to 5 or 1. So this should be 5. This is 5, and this would be my 3. 5 minus 2, which is 3. Okay, great. So once that's done, we can start doing it. So this will be integrating from 1 minus root 8 to 3, right? Essentially what we need is just integrating it from, this is pi x squared dy, and this would be, I label this as x1. This is my x1. This is my x2. Okay, so x1 square, and it starts from 1 minus root 8 to the top one, which is 1, which is actually 3. And after which we're gonna use the other one, which is this line here. So let's say this is x3, y3. So I'm gonna use this as we need to find this out as well. So this case here, this is 3. What was it just now? 3 and 5. That's 1, right? This is 1. So when this is 1, just replace this in. This will be negative 1. So what we need is minus 1 to 3 for this trapezium looking thing. So we minus 1 to 3 x3 squared dy. Then the last one will be from 1 minus root 8 to minus 1. 1 minus root 8 to minus 1. We x2 squared dy. Alright, so that's how you do this part here. So then the rest is just substituting all the values in. So pi 1 minus root 8, 3, x1 square. X1 is this one here. So it's 3. Wow, it's a lot of things. Alright, 3. Oh my goodness. 3 plus 8. 3 plus 8. It keeps going up. 8 minus y minus 1 square. 3. Okay, see? 3 plus square 8. I'm so bad at this. Okay. Y minus 1 square. 8 minus y minus 1 square. dy minus pi minus 1 3 x cubed. X3, which is y plus 2. This will be y plus 2 square. dy minus pi x2 square. X2 square is where? X2 square is this one. So it's just a minus 3 minus 8. Yeah, so this is your answer here. You don't need the exact value. What you could do is just key in calculator and just hope for the best, right? So that's it. So there you go. Key in calculator. I hope that you know how to key in. So just key in pi math and just key in everything, right? I'm gonna slowly key this in. 1 minus root 8 to 3. So this is 1 minus root 8 to 3. And that will be 3 plus root 8 minus x minus 1 square. Why? Okay, then you just move on. Just key in everything. Let me just key in everything. I'll just pause here. I realize I never square the whole thing. Please square the whole thing. That's fair. So this is the answer here. So 303.89 cube units. So this would be 303.89 cube units, which is 304 cube units. Okay, so this is how we do this question in proficiently. Any question at all, please let us know. Keep practicing and I'll see you in the next question.